Good morning. Yeah, my name is Sekou Cisse. I'm a Liberian. I was born in Liberia, in Lofa County to be specific. Mama name Josephine Koli Cisse, and my late father name was Foba J Cisse. So Josephine Koli Cisse, her dad name was Joseph Koli from Bolahon, and my late dad came from Sosomolahon in the same Lofa County. So I was born in Lofa County during the war in 1990, and my mom crossed with me and the rest of the family to Guinea. After the war, we returned to Liberia. We lived at VOA. From there, we lived on a Pueblan road. Whilst on the Pueblan road, I attended Pipeline Academy. From Pipeline Academy, we moved on the Boulevard, SKD Boulevard. On the SKD Boulevard, I attended Harris F. Moluba. At the time, the school name was Harris F. Moluba. Then my mom left for the US 96, 97. I was 7 years old by then. I went to live with my auntie, which is my mom's younger sister, and her husband and children in Lockingtown on the Bushwick Island. Yo. While in Lockingtown, I attended St. Matthew United Methodist School from KG2 up to 5th grade, and our civil unrest broke out. Our civil unrest broke out. St. Matthew, with a scholar in St. Matthew, man, I used to say that in 3rd grade. From 2nd grade straight, I got dog money on the 4th grade. 5th grade, the war broke out. We crossed to Sierra Leone. So we went to Sierra Leone during the war, 2001, 2002. Whilst in Sierra Leone, we went with our own private car, but because of the war and stuff, we want easy passage in Freetown, in Sierra Leone. We didn't want them to access too much immigration for documents, who we were. So we registered as refugees. Then we went to the refugee camp. The camp they allocated to us was Banajuma refugee camp. So I went with my grandmom, my auntie, my late grandmom, and my late nephew, whatever, cousin. Yep, that was it. Then my grandmom fell sick. We then went to the second capital city of Sierra Leone, Bo. We live in Bo. My grandma's health deteriorated more. From Bo, we went to Jembe, a refugee camp called Jembe. There where my grandmom died. She died in Jembe. Then I left Jembe, my auntie and my little boy, my late auntie and my late little boy, they returned to Liberia. And I went to Freetown. I lived in Freetown for 2 years with my late dad, his wife, one of his wife, and some of my other siblings. So I was in Freetown for 2 years. While I was in Freetown, I attended Sierra Leone International Mission School, SLIM. Yup, from 5th grade to the 6th grade. 5th grade to 6th grade, yes, Sierra Leone International Mission School. I graduated. I wrote the 6th grade examination. I graduated. Then I had a chance to travel to the United States. I was on a program with CCF, Christian Children Fund. I know Canadian Children Fund also. Yeah, and the Red Cross. So I lived in Banajuma. I attended a Banajuma refugee camp school, but I don't really add it to my academic journey though. But the unfortunate happened. I had to leave. Unexpectedly, I left the camp and I returned to Monroeville. So yeah, in Monroeville, I came to stay with my father at my current location at the army camp fee. So I lived here from 2005 to 2008. in my late father's house, the late Foba Sisi house. Yep. So while I was living with my dad, I attended William Booth on the pipeline road from 7th grade to the 9th grade. So I used my Sierra Leone International School certificate to gain admission in William Booth. So my 6th grade certificate, I gained admission into 7th grade at William Booth. So yeah, life for cruising, man. I love soccer. I played soccer very well back then. Even right now, I still play soccer. So in William Booth, I progressed up to the 9th grade. I wrote their examination. Then another opportunity came my way. Seku, your uncle stay in Ghana. He's right now. He's a pathologist in the country, Dr. Benedict Coley. That's my uncle. That's my mom's younger brother, Josephine Coley's youngest brother. Yeah. Seku, your uncle and his son and other relatives are in Ghana. He's a medical doctor at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, which is a renowned hospital in Ghana. He said, we've made a decision that you should join your uncle to further your education. It was frustrating. But what else to do? I had no option. I was scared. At William Booth, I didn't really focus on my lesson. Of course, I studied, but I failed some subjects for which I bought my way through. My only lifeline back then was soccer. So I played soccer very well. I trained very hard. Yeah, trained very, very hard. I was on the second All-Star. I was on Kotu FC first, which is the junior team. I was on the second All-Star. Then from there, one day I went for training. My boys didn't come, so I decided to go and watch our seniors practicing. Then back then, the coach was Koti. Koti said, Seku, since you're a good left back, and today we short players, come and join us. That's how I joined the team. I practiced that day. Koti saw me, say, oh boy, you are good. He said, keep coming for training. That's how I joined them. We trained, did all the training. That was their first time entering the Liberia league. So they registered as a 4th division team. I was among the players that were registered. I had my playing card, I had my jersey. My jersey number was 23 because back then I loved David Beckham. So I could volley, but I could cross. Yup, that's true. So they registered me. So the league progressed. And back then no one really cares about how well you play though. It's most often about your age. You're more of your age and stuff. If you are younger to play for a team, you should be very, very exceptional. And I was like 16, 17 years old, 18, 16, 17, 18. Yep. So they qualified. We had like 2 more matches to play. Then the coach said, since we've qualified and we have matches to play, you play. Within that week, I traveled to Ghana. They bought my plane ticket, hop up on the plane. My uncle Prince JCC took me to the airport. I flew to Ghana and I arrived at the Kotoka International Airport. My elderly sister, Mabenu Sise, was in Ghana with my brother, Clemente. Clemente completed IPMC in Ghana. Mabenu too went there to school. So Mabenu came to pick me from the airport, took me to my uncle's working place, Kolebu, at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. From there, she departed. I went to stay with my uncle and the rest of the family at Banana Inn on the Maiprobi Dansuma Road. So while there, boy, I saw a lot of opportunities, man. I saw a lot of opportunities. Here am I in the house, 24/7 current, almost like 24/7 current, running water, food. We bought chicken, the carton of chicken, bag of rice, pepper, tomato. Everything was in the house. We had a desktop computer hooked to the internet, Vodafone broadband, like the internet, Vodafone internet. I had a privilege to learn almost anything I want to learn. Yeah, but it was a process, so it was a little bit difficult. They decided that I should join my other relative to attend a school in Cape Coast called Montessori Junior High School, located in Pedu Estate. So I went there. They asked me, "What's your grade?" I said I was promoted to the 10th grade. I wrote the entrance exam. I was bad. The truth is, our educational system is bad. Yep. So they advised me. They said Ghana is such that you have to write the 9th grade examination, and that 9th grade examination is the one that really determines who you become in life, based on the school you will get, the high school you will get. It was frustrating. In the 9th grade examination, we have to prepare from 7th grade. So they say, go back to 7th grade. Oh boy, I was 18 years old. What would I have done? 18. Sitting in the class with students that are 14. In Ghana, where they bully in a boarding house. I look at the whole thing. I chop 4 years from my age. I say, since the thing is looking, let me chop 4 years from my age. So 16, 17, 18. Oh, so 4 years from 18 was how much? Okay, so I chop 4 years from my age. That's it. So I dropped 4 years from my age where I was like 15, 16, 17, 18. I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years, 14 years old. So I registered 14, I was 14 years old. Being the elderly person in the class, a Liberian, couldn't speak proper English, a big-hearted person. They feed us 3 times a day, a place to sleep. I get $50 as pocket money just to keep in my pocket. They feed us 3 times a day. Out of the $50 is not included my school fees. They pay for my boarding fee. They pay for my mom. My mom in the United States pay for my boarding fee. She pay my school fee. They give you $50 as pocket money. You go to school. They bring your books. The books are such that you have your notes from 7th grade to 9th grade. Yeah. Everything in the book, all your notes in the book. The $50, what I used to do with $50, sometimes I used to buy extra provisions. So milk, cornflakes, biscuits, gari, candies, soap to bath, chloride, about shoes. $50 back then, it was heavy money in Ghana, bro. So that's how it was. But I focused on my study. So I studied very hard. I only went to class most often for at the beginning I concentrated on the teachers, but it's not really something that you have to depend on the teachers, because you have the textbook and you have everything in the textbook. Why depend on your teacher totally? You get it, right? So I didn't really depend on my teachers that much. I did my personal studies. Who is a pastor, but he does not have a child, so they kind of adopted Emmanuel. I realized that the Ethiopians are mathematically inclined. As a boy growing up, I was mathematically inclined though, but I didn't really learn for a very long period. No, I neglected my books. I focused on soccer. But the warning my uncle gave me, Dr. Kohli, he said, Seku, you are here to learn. Forget about football. He said, how many Liberians or how many Africans who starts playing football go far in Europe or become successful as a footballer, as in financially? I thought of it. I dropped the football. So I only played soccer while in school. So I joined my school team. I played soccer, not on scholarship, but just to give back as a way of exercise and keep fit. Get it right? Yeah, that's how it was. So I went to Montessori Had my textbooks, has everything. I studied very hard, very, 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 very hard. We had a lab with computers. We have libraries. A private institution came around, they built us a library. We had a soccer pitch. We had a musical band. We had a we had cadets, fire service cadets. So initially, I joined the fire service cadets. I went far. Then I love music because they taught music in school. So I was among the best music students in class. I said, why not learn a musical instrument? But most often, those who play the musical instruments are those who play for the cadet, the fire service cadet. So I couldn't be in the fire service cadet and play the musical instrument. You get it right? Yo. So I decided to drop off the fire service cadet. So I drop off and join the regimental band. Oh, it was my commander didn't like it. The guy who used to train us, he didn't like the idea. He said, cool, why you go lead a cadet? Why you go lead our cadet? You go join fire service people. You go join a band. Come back. I said, no, I love music. I want to play the instrument. But the cadet helped me a lot. The drills in the cadet, it helped me a lot. It taught me to be disciplined. The parades, left, right, above turn, right turn, all these things helped me a lot. My discipline, attention, left, right, that coordination when you are marching, it was good. Then I joined the cadet. Then I joined the regimental band. The same thing in the regimental band. You march, you play musical notes. You have to play with other bands. So I play the trombone. You have to play along with the trumpeters. You have to play along with those playing the sax, the guy playing the sax, the cymbal. So it's like yes, and you have to play such that those marching will match like in unison with what you are playing. It was good. My music teacher in class was my regimental band instructor. His name is Riverson. He was a good guy. He respected me a lot. He gave me that respect. He gave me that privilege. It was fun. We didn't only play for the cadet. We played for churches around in Cape Coast. They would call us. We are the only junior high school back then that had our regimental band. So we played for schools, the Methodist Church. They would call us for functions. Even in Accra, but I never went to Accra. They went to Accra to play. That time I was not part of the band. Played for functions in Cape Coast. Sometimes they gave us nothing, sometimes just snack, but we enjoyed it. We rehearsed. In class, we learned music. What is the grand staff? Treble clef, bass clef, puku a puku, little by little, like understanding notes. What is the crotchet, semi-quiver, learn all that stuff, man. I could enter the music lab, take the flute, and just play what I want to play. The organ, just strike stuff, play with it. Yo. But the thing was, I should have pushed myself to the limit. Understanding the staff is difficult. Understanding the music notes, crotchet, quiver, all that one was nice. I knew all the theory. But interpreting it from the staff and to play directly from the staff was the most difficult aspect. So our music teacher just wanted us like to play quick and stuff, because like we could learn sometimes 4 songs within a week. We could learn songs, and with these songs we played them from our memory. We didn't write them on paper. We played these songs from our memory, note to note from memory. So we knew about more than 50 to 100 songs in our head, the notes. So instead of using those musical notes, we get them from the staff, translate them into basic solfege, do re mi fa sol la ti do, so like fi, that kind of stuff too. Yeah, translate them into these stuff, and then memorize and play them. That was it. So we play mainly on 2 key, B flat, F sharp, or was C sharp. I've forgotten. It's been a long time. Yo, that's how it was. It was fun. So right now I have the ability to go back there mostly, so I can take a staff, see the musical note, and maybe translate it into solfege. and maybe now play with a do re mi fa sol la ti do. That's lame. That's for a child. I know, I know. But my friends, some of my friends like Kwesi could read. Kwesi could read. Kwesi could play almost all the instruments, man. Kwesi is a gift. Kwesi is a gift. In class, he was one of the guys that was tough. Kwesi, Tabita, yo, that's good. I love my friends. So we're good, bro. We train. I work. All I knew was work. All I knew was work. All I knew was work. I knew nothing. On campus, they feed you 3 times. You hardly go out. Even to barb your hair, you have to take permission. When you go out, you have to get an exit. Sometimes they won't allow you to go out or bring someone in the compound to cut your hair. By my second year, I was almost done with the syllabus. I became so good, bro. I could teach my friends. Most of the concepts they didn't understand. They came to me, some of my friends. I wrote them BC. Luckily for me, I gained admission into Infantry Beam Senior High School in the same Cape Coast. So Infantry Beam Senior High School is an all-boys school. It's a Methodist school. Yup, it's the oldest, the first high school to be established in the Gold Coast and in Ghana. So slave trade began in Ghana, and let me say slave trade began in Ghana. Slave trade was in Ghana. While the slave was in Ghana, slave trade activity went on in Ghana. To be specific, in Cape Coast, the slave masters who came around back then and stuff, decided to educate their children. So some of them build this kind of stuff and rest. But after the slave trade, everything, the church, Methodist, and the rest, Presbyterian, they decided to build schools, meaning to emancipate the minds of the Ghanaians, to bring them out of that kind of stuff, to give them education. So if you go to Ghana today, if you ask me where are the best schools, they are in Cape Coast. So I lived in Accra, but I attended school in Cape Coast because Cape Coast has the best schools. So in Fantsipim, Adisadel College, St. Augustine's College, Holy Child, Wesley Girls, Infantiman Girls, all in the central region. Agri Memorial, Ghana National College. Yeah, these are some of the top schools in Ghana. They are found in Cape Coast. So one prominent person from my school that maybe you might want to know, the late Kofi Annan, the first black UN Secretary General for the United Nations, he completed my school. Most of Ghana founding fathers completed my school. Today, most of them are in government. They are scientists, they are doctors, they are lawyers, they are CEOs. Yeah, they are into government. So my school is about raising leaders, not only for a nation but for family and stuff, for corporate organizations to manage this stuff. That's what my school stands for. And our motto is Dream Shrekan, which means think and look ahead. So as a person, you should think ahead. Whatever you do today, think about the consequences of tomorrow. So that's the meaning. Dream Shrekan, think and look ahead. You are living in the now, but your actions today should be based on what will happen tomorrow. So our boys are brilliant. Our boys study even before going to class. We are morally upright. I thank God for our founding fathers. I thank God for everyone. Back then, Mr. Kometia, when I was in school, I was friendly with most of the headmaster, the house masters. Mr. Kometia, Mr. Bedu, they were my friends. I could go to their offices. I could go to their house. So while I was on Infantipim, I decided to take on sports again, to give back. Not on scholarship, just to give back because I love sport. I tried the music, but music is difficult. Playing the trombone, especially my lips, they travel to different schools for functions. So yeah, bro, it was tedious, man. It was very, very tedious. So I didn't want it anymore. The workload was too much. The pressure, the discipline. Bro, you live at home, you have almost everything. You go to a boarding school now, dormitory full of more than 100 students. Bro, the hygiene condition, the food, oh, it was bad. So I feel sick almost all the time. Yeah. So I decided not to play a musical instrument, but I played soccer. I was on a school team, but in front of him didn't have a good school team, and the coach and I, we didn't relate well. So I didn't go. But yeah. Well, before going to Infantipim, I took up some leadership roles. Yo, I took up some leadership roles at Montessori. So at Montessori, I was part of the cadet on the school team. I ran for my house. I played volleyball. Yo, so while I was at the infantry team, in the ninth grade, I was the sports prefect. So so it's like, oh, what do you want to be? I want to be the sport prefect. Okay, four, two, three people wants to be the sport prefect. We have general election, and I won flawless against my friend called Alex. He's now in the UK. Yo, so I was a sport prefect. Yup, I played a musical instrument. I was part of the cadet. Yup, that's it. Then I came out. At Infantipim, I ran from my house. I was in the house, Freeman Agri. During athletics time, I ran from my house. My health was bad. My PE teacher was one of the house masters, Mr. Kumitia. Mr. Kumitia liked me, so he taught us how to play hockey, field hockey. I joined the field hockey team. Hockey is a very nice sport. Later, I joined the school team, the hockey school team. So when regional were third during my time. Yeah, we were third. I played volleyball from my house. I ran from my house. I graduated in front of him. Things weren't that smooth. Yeah, things weren't that smooth. Yeah, my very ambitious. Had computer at home. Exposed to the American system. I won't lie to you. I was in Ghana, but I used the internet mostly to learn. YouTube. That's why it seems as though I'm into spiritual practice. Most of my education, again, I won't lie to you, self-education, about 70%. I learn on my own. I won't lie to you. Let me just bring it down, okay? 50 to 60% were my own on the internet, and few asking people. My uncle Dr. Coley fascinated me. My uncle Dr. Coley ignited my passion for science. Yep. I read and read at the point as I felt as though there was nothing to read. Study what I couldn't study, what I didn't explore back then. It's not something to talk about though. Let's just forget. Yeah. So that's how it was. So after high school, my ambition was to travel to the United States. That was all I knew. I didn't really value the Ghana education system. They had the facility, they had it, but I don't know why I exposed myself to the European world and the American so much. So there was no way I was going to attend school in Ghana if I had the will and privilege. So luckily I had a break. My uncle in Canada said, Seku, come and attend school in my place. Since things are going on like this, he had a little problem doing WAS and the rest. Come. So he gave me some universities. I applied to University of Winnipeg. I gained admission. They sent my documents. He kept 40,000 United States dollars in his account because each year my school fee will be 10,000. So 40,000. He wrote a letter to the embassy that he would take care of my feeding, my clothing, my bus fare, and other expensive, medical expensive, and the rest. I was denied my visa because they wanted to see something above 40,000. If it was in the United States, I would have gone. I was frustrated. Here am I. I've succeeded so much among my friends. I'm home for like 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. My friends are in university. I got mad. I decided to take my destiny in my hands. I'm someone who always reads by himself. I downloaded books online. First, I decided to register. I went around, found a school called, my uncle in Canada. So my mom, sister called Corpo Koli. So she had a man. She born a child. Her only child she has, which is Joseph Koli, my cousin. That's the father. Right now he's in Canada with my uncle. So I forget the Canadian stuff. I registered at a school called Timeline Trust. Wrote my SAT. I didn't get a good grade. That's the first time I applied to Harvard University. I applied to Columbia University. I applied to Colgate. I applied to Michigan. Yeah, I applied to these universities. I didn't get the funding the funding I needed. I got frustrated. I got depressed. I said I want to be a medical doctor. I'm not getting the chance. I'm not waiting for nobody. I downloaded books online. Used the internet at home. Wi-Fi was always home. I studied to the point where there was nothing else to study again. I felt about anatomy, physiology, about the human body and stuff. I learned extensively, watched videos, documentaries. It was boring now. I lost sleep. I got depressed. I lost sleep for long. And when you lost sleep for long, your brain starts playing on you. So I started hallucinating. I got this visual hallucination and auditory hallucination. I snapped. They took me to the hospital. They wrongly diagnosed me of schizophrenia. So I went on campus. The medication they gave me first was Depisol. So the Depisol made me eat a lot and sleep a lot. Pum! I went to campus. I couldn't read. I met a friend online called Nicole Kennedy. We were chatting back and forth, not knowing she's a mental health advocate. She realized how brilliant I was. She fell in love with me, but unknowingly to me, we just chatted. She never sent me a penny. She had a boyfriend. So that's how it was. After everything, I regained my mind. I completed my university studies. I had a problem. I couldn't graduate. Nicole and I stopped talking. Nicole never sent me a dollar. My mom, Josephine Coley, she took care of me throughout. No government scholarship. Yep. I thank the Ghanaians for allowing me to sit in their facility to learn. Like any other foreign student that learn in the country, I thank God for them. I thank for my friend. I attended the International Central Gospel Church, who its general overseer is Mensa Otabel. He too is into leadership. I thank him. I met Bishop T.D. Jakes. I met Joel Austin. I met Paula White. These are people that, yeah, Emmanuel Donker, his father was a pastor. I thank the Donkers. Yo, I thank those from Kumasi, the king of the Ashanti Kingdom, Otumfor, for giving us someone like me the opportunity to study at their place. In Accra, Accra is a nice place, bro, but the guns are tough. I live in Kumasi like I lived at home. I mingle with the people like they were my people. Yeah, so that was fine. So while I was in Kumasi, while I was in KNUST. So after I gained admission in KNUST to study biochemistry, you know, in the College of Science, I live at Insenyen Destiny View Hostel. From there, I move on campus. I live at Bomsu. So after my 4 years of studies, I had a problem. That's why I went to Apiedu Kokobi. So it's a village. It's like the people wanted me to know their people. They wanted to help me, but they wanted me to understand who their Ashantis were. So I went there, I mingled with the people, I understood them, went to the bush with them, I went to fishing, that's it. So before I could graduate, I moved back to Bomsu. Yeah, I graduated. The time I couldn't graduate, I met Kim and the family, the Kardashians. I always talked to Kim, told her stuff about me. Yeah, the family was supportive. And then we moved to Latter-day Saint Church, which is an American church, got baptized. Stay in the church for some time. They monitor my activities. Yeah. Then I bought my plane ticket. My brother bought my plane ticket, and I came down. While at Latter-day Saint Church, I got 2 affiliate marketing stuff from Jennifer Lopez, JLo Beauty, and Tutti Cosmetic from Sophia. Then I came down. I volunteered a lot when I came down. I applied to the American Embassy. I put my volunteering work. I got one from from Katy Perry. She sells shoes. I volunteering. I got something from Katy Perry. Yo, and it just happened like that. JLo, yeah, the things start coming. So it's about honesty and integrity. That's what I realized. So to the youth coming up, there's one thing I'll tell you. Something I learned very early in life, and I will tell you this. Academics, you cannot cheat your way. You might bribe today. It might seem as though no one is watching you, but you cannot buy your way in life. With that, I will tell you, you cannot buy your way in life when it comes to academics. My uncle told me, I realized it, and I decided to work. And the thing about academic is when you work for it, you study. Even if they give you 50%, you get 100%, they give you 50%. No one can steal it from you. So I will tell you, your best investment should be your brain. Invest in your brain. Okay, bye. So I stopped the medication, I dropped weight, and I began